Right. Well, welcome to the event. We really appreciate you spending your time with us today. I'm Ian Lohman from AdepTech. I'm responsible for all our relationships, both with clients and our partners. Our most important relationship is our relationship with Microsoft. So as a gold partner in cloud productivity, we cover what Microsoft term modern work. So what modern work really means is everything related to the Microsoft 365 suite. So all your productivity tools that you use. So AdepTech is also a cloud solution partner, which means that we can be your Microsoft reseller, providing licenses into your tenant for whatever it is that you might require. So Ingram Micro, who are working with us today, are our Microsoft distribution partner. So we work very closely with them to increase awareness of the constantly evolving products Microsoft offer and which options might work best for each of our clients. So today is a Teams Phone Focus workshop, which is an add-on subscription to any of the Microsoft suites that you might have that includes Teams, or can be as a standalone with Teams Essentials plans. So not only have we helped our clients by successfully deploying Teams Phone, we also practice what we preach. And we've been using Teams Phone as our telephony system for over 2 years, having migrated from a Skype-based solution hosted by a third party. So we've been using it for quite some time now, and all the functionality that comes with that. We'll be taking questions through the Q&A panel in Teams, so feel free to put those in as we go, or we can do that at the Q&A session that comes at the end. A copy of the slides will be available to everyone, and will be emailed out to you later this week along with the recording. So if we could move on to the next slide, please, for the agenda. So what we're going to go over today is what is Microsoft Teams Phone. So given then an overview of Teams Phone, what Operator Connect is and how that works. Teams Phone Mobile, which is quite a new solution that is now offered as well as what was already available in the Teams Phone subset. The migration strategies of moving to Teams Phone and what you need to do, and then Q&A at the end. So as we move on to the next section, I'll now hand over to Paul, who'll be delivering this section of the webinar.
Many thanks, Ian, and good morning, everybody. As Ian said, today's topic is all around Microsoft Teams Phone. If we could just go to the next slide, please. Perfect. So we do live in a time of unprecedented change and innovation. New technologies, products and services are constantly evolving, emerging and disrupting the status quo. This does, however, create new opportunities and also challenges for us. Also increases the demand for our attention, time and energy. So if you think about it, we're exposed to 24/7 news cycle. We're expected same-day services. We face work deadlines that would have been more than likely unthinkable just 10 years ago. So we process more information in less time and often switch between multiple tasks and platforms. This overload of data, information and always-on communications can impact not only our productivity, but also our creativity and essentially our ability to focus on what matters most and achieve our goals. Information overload is not only a challenge, but it also creates an opportunity. So organisations will thrive in this new era of work, but will be the ones that embrace flexibility and AI, making technology work for you instead of you. So leveraging data to make better decisions, so you don't drown in it, and you can also empower your employees to work smarter and not harder. If we could have the next slide, please. Thank you, Sahana. So what I'm going to just go through now is this effectively all the information that overwhelms us and our ability to keep up. As I said before, we've got a growing number of communication channels now available to all of us. And I'm sure at least one of these challenges resonate with you. So that feeling of being disconnected from your co-workers, dealing with the overload of information and communication every day, which can create a lot of noise and distract us from what really matters. But also having to juggle multiple priorities and deadlines. We may also have to use different applications for different purposes, creating more complexity and confusion. We also need to protect our customers and customer information. So protecting customer and customer data, we may have to store and share. Now, these challenges can affect our performance and overall satisfaction, whether it's collaborating inside or outside of your organisation. So giving you the ability and flexibility to work wherever and however you wish. So today we're just going to share how Teams Phone is uniquely positioned to enable this new era of work, and this is why. So a phone call can make all the difference. Because a phone call can make that difference, we believe in the power of voice to create meaningful connections and provide some clarity. A call can get answers not only quickly, but it also is a call to action very swiftly. We can bring valuable clarity to complex or nuanced conversations, and can also help establish a relationship with a customer or a colleague when in-person interactions have become more infrequent. Can also lead to creativity and problem solving and innovation, sparking ideas from impromptu brainstorming, plus have the ability to communicate with others how and when we need to without complex setups, and can also help lower the tendency for shadow IT. Next slide. So Teams Phone is the smart way to bring calling back into the flow of work, bringing calls, chats, meetings, collaboration and automation together in one application. And at Microsoft, we're able to see the benefits of an integrated experience for both communication and collaboration. So we're just going to go through some of the numbers, and Teams Phone, as it says there, is a leader in communication solutions. Customers, partners and industry experts agree that Teams Phone is a leader in communication solutions. More than 300 people around the world now depend on Teams. Teams Phone is the market leader in cloud calling with over 17 million PSTN enabled users, which is up by 45% year on year, and 80 million monthly active Teams Phone users. The highest average score for voice quality, reliability research commissioned by Microsoft determined this. The introduction of Copilot, which has recently been made generally available, also makes Teams Phone the first leading UCaaS solution to add generative AI capabilities to phone calls. And as we continue to invest in these capabilities, technologies and partnerships that help our customers increase efficiency, allows us to control the costs and adapt to this new way of working. So now, to put this into some real numbers, our team used this research as a basis to determine potential savings for a customer with 10,000 employees. The cost savings can be varied upon the customer size, the deployment schedule, cloud adoption maturity and software landscape, as well as the device and footprint, etc. So these numbers are designed to provide you with a general idea of the potential savings a company could achieve. Effectively, 1.6 hours saved per week, the total cost of ownership savings of over 45% over your current incumbent solution, and a staggering 143% return on investment over 3 years. And if you need some bit more clarity or some further details, there is a Forrester Consulting economic impact of Microsoft Teams report, which was commissioned by Microsoft in 2022. But how does Microsoft and Teams compare to other UCaaS solutions, you might ask? Well, Gartner recognised Microsoft leader in the 2022 Gartner Magic Quadrant. So you'll see that Microsoft are there in the top right-hand corner. And that's the 4th consecutive year that Microsoft have received this recognition. So we're particularly excited and humbled to have been placed on the high ability to execute and furthest on the completion of vision access. So I'm not going to talk through all of these features because I think there's far too many to go through, but just point out a couple of the major ones, or the most important ones, which is the calling transfer handling, the call quality dashboard, which is also unique, the custom ringtones, dial plans, direct routing. So there is a number there which, if anybody's got any further questions or needs a bit more clarity about, we can discuss those further on the Q&A, which Ian mentioned earlier. So just final before I hand over to my colleague, Teams Phone empowers your teams with smart calling and seamless collaboration. So Teams Phone enables smart calling, as I say, the product of our customer obsession. So enabling the customers with a solution that is not only flexible and easy to use, also intelligent and connected, as well as being secure, reliable and simple to manage. So I'm just going to hand over to Mike, who's just going to talk through the next section, which is all about the flexibility and how easy it is to use.
Thanks, Paul. Now, if we're looking at diving into ways that Teams Phone enables a smart calling and the collaboration, Teams Phone is flexible and easy to use. It enables you to stay connected, engaged, and productive regardless of the location or your device. Now, you no longer have to switch apps to make a VoIP or a PSTN call. Teams Phone is the only calling solution that is native to Teams, benefits from the full integrated experience with Microsoft 365, enabling you to call directly from Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams, and more, allowing you to make voice and video calls while staying in the flow of work. Teams Phone integrated calling not only makes collaboration less cumbersome, but it actually saves you some valuable time, as Paul's just touched on before. Now, if we're looking at mobility and how we can take this experience to a completely new level, we have now Teams Phone, which we'll dive into later on in the session. But with Teams Phone, you've got a single business provided number that works across your mobile phone and your Teams apps. Plus, you can access unified presence of kind of the call history and voicemail, as well as apply security and compliance policies across these devices. Teams Phone really is for the workers, and it's kind of designed with the value, mobility and flexibility, removing barriers, and it's bringing that communication and collaboration together for a true definition of productive mobility. And we know that work is not confined to a single location or even a single device anymore. You need a calling solution that can adapt to your changing needs and preferences. Teams Phone gives you the flexibility to move between devices and spaces, so you can go where your work in life takes you. You can also merge these calls and add another person or a device to an existing call with simply just a few clicks. You can also easily transfer a call from your mobile device onto your desktop or your desk phone, or vice versa, without losing the connection or that call quality. And Teams Phone lets you choose the best device for your situation, whether you're at home, in the office, or on the go. You can stay connected and productive with Teams Phone, no matter where you are or which device you want to use. Now, with Teams Phone, you can enjoy a consistent and intuitive calling experience across devices, from say the basic desk phones to your Teams displays. No matter which device you're using, you can access the same features and functionality of Teams Phone, such as voicemail, the call history, contacts and settings. When you need to use a shared device, such as a Teams display or a common area phone, you can simply log in with your credentials that you use for your Office 365 and experience the same familiar interface, avoiding any delays or confusion caused by the contact switching. And Teams Phone gives you the flexibility and convenience of using any device that suits your needs and preferences. Now, with regards to the calling for everyone, this is the app that you're using every single day for your collaboration, and it's made it a lot easier to kind of bring in the calling as well, so you can carry out each of your everyday tasks and operations from the same window. Now, with regards to the Teams as your phone, there's a couple of quite familiar features that you'd probably see on a regular desk phone, if you like. So you've got the ability to access your contacts, make a call, or dial in somebody's name, if you like. You've got the menu in the client for call functionality, as well as accessing Teams or chat down the left-hand side. The dial pad to dial those phone numbers, your phone number, which is displayed, so it's easy to hand out. You can manage these calls and settings from your device. You've even got access to your voicemails, and you can go ahead and either kind of pin those contacts into a speed dial, or you've got your summaries all in one place. I'm just going to go through a little bit of a video now, just to kind of bring this to life.
Calling features are fully integrated with Microsoft Teams, making it easy to stay productive. Starting an audio or video call from a chat can be done with just a single click. And using robust collaboration tools like integrated chat, screen and application sharing, and shared content control, you can work together with your team in real time, all without ever leaving the Teams app. Teams makes it easy to stay organized and productive, no matter where you or your team members are located. Other features like adding additional participants to the call or turning on your video are only a few clicks away. Working and collaborating in the modern workplace has never been so easy with Microsoft Teams.
Now, just going to hand over to Paul, who's going to be discussing a little bit around the intelligent and connected experience.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, so Teams Phone enables calling that is more intelligent and connected for meaningful engagements with your internal and external contacts. Organisations continue to look for new ways to harness the power of artificial intelligence to work more flexibly and intelligently. And that's where Copilot in Teams comes in, being the first calling solution to add generative AI. So Copilot in Teams phones can help automate important admin tasks of a call, such as capturing key points, task owners, next steps, so you can stay focused on the content of the call. You can also use natural language models to ask Copilot for additional recommendations for related topics. Results of the call can be used for a meeting follow-up or shared with consult before transferring to a colleague for a more specialised assistance. Copilot in Teams helps take care of the busy work of work and lets you focus on connecting and collaborating with co-workers and customers.
With Copilot.
Oh, is that video about to start?
I think we've got next slide, Paul.
Okay, perfect. So Teams Phone offers a range of capabilities that helps your organisation handle internal and external calls more efficiently, resulting in improved experience for staff and customers alike. So, for example, if you use auto group call pickup to ring multiple people at once when someone calls your numbers, so that the call can be answered by the first available person. You can also use the consultative transfers to ask someone if they're ready to take a call before transferring it to them, rather than just dumping a call on them. And because life keeps moving, even when you're unavailable, you can use call delegation and shared line appearance to designate others to make and take your calls on your behalf. And finally, you can personalize your call forwarding options, simultaneous ring and busy on busy settings, so you don't ever need to miss anything. With Team Phones, you can work efficiently as a team and stay connected with your customers and colleagues. I believe it's going to be a short video now, just brings that to life.
With Microsoft Teams Phone, managing your calling feature is easy. Things like sharing your calls with a delegate can be done right within your Teams app. Adding a delegate will allow them to receive and make calls on your behalf, so you never miss an important communication. Managing call forwarding is just as simple. You can choose to forward calls to voicemail, your delegates, a call group, or any phone number like your cell phone. Microsoft Teams Phone also includes robust voicemail features like speech-to-text transcription. And you can easily manage your calls and contacts right within your voicemail pane.
Perfect. But staying connected is only one component. Being able to do so in a way that fosters inclusivity really matters. And so with Teams Phone, you can use a range of features and capabilities that help you communicate and collaborate more effectively and accessibly, such as automatic speech recognition. You can use automatic speech recognition to transcribe your voice calls in real time, so you can follow the conversation and capture important information. We've got live captions, which you can use live captions to display the conversation in over 40 different languages. Call recording and transcript. You can use call recording and transcript to record your calls and generate a transcript of the conversation so you can review them later. Voicemail playback, summary and transcript, and you can use this facility to summarize and transcript to listen to and review your voicemails with playback controls such as pause, resume, skip and rewind. Finally, noise suppression. So you can use noise suppression to reduce the unwanted background noise during calls, such as typing, shuffling papers or barking dogs. So with Teams and Teams Phone, customers have a variety of options that allow you to bring calling capabilities into the customer communication workflow. With built-in auto attendance, call queues and voice-enabled channels, you can route and manage your customer calls with built-in capabilities. You can also easily connect Teams phones with your Teams certified contact center solution. You can deliver personalized experiences with collaborative agent experiences powered by Microsoft Digital Contact Center platform. Or you can use Azure Communication Services to build custom apps that integrate Teams telephony functionality. Regardless of how your organization is structured for customer communications, Teams Phone can provide a team with a flexible, intelligent, as well as secure calling solution. I'm just going to hand now back over to Mike, who's going to talk about how we route the customer calls with collaborative calling capabilities in Teams.
Thanks, Paul. So with Teams, you can use the built-in features such as these auto attendants, the call queues, and voice-enabled channels to handle incoming calls efficiently and effectively. With auto attendants, this is allowing you to set up menu options that guide callers to the right person or department based on their input. You can also configure different calling route options for business hours, off hours, or even holidays. The call queues are waiting areas for callers who need to reach someone with a specific skill or expertise. You can also assign agents to different call queues and monitor their availability and performance with the call quality dashboards. Now, the voice-enabled channels are a new feature that allows you to create a dedicated channel in a team for handling voice calls. You can assign a phone number to a channel and route calls from an auto attendant or a call queue to that particular channel. And this way, you can collaborate with your team members on voice calls and access shared files and chats within the same channel. Now, lastly, with Teams Phone, you can save time and enjoy peace of mind with a reliable and secure communication solution, which is easy to manage. So we're going to talk about the security and reliability now. So with Teams Phone, you can automatically adjust the audio and video quality of your calls based on the available bandwidth and network conditions. It uses advanced kind of algorithms to reduce latency, the jitter, and packet loss to enhance the speech clarity. Now, your callers will experience a reduced background noise using the built-in noise suppression, and it can also filter out unwanted sounds. You can also adjust the level of noise suppression according to your environment and situation. I'm sure we've all been in that coffee shop at some point working through emails, and there's the clatter of mugs and cups behind us. But with the echo cancellation, you can prevent the echo effect that is going to occur when a microphone is too close to a speaker, and also allows for multiple people to talk at the same time without creating the confusing conversation gaps. With the call quality dashboard and call analytics, you can view detailed insights of the call quality and performance. You can use these tools to view the metrics, reports, trends, and diagnostics on your calls, such as the network health, the audio quality, and the video quality, user feedback. And you can also use these tools to either troubleshoot issues or identify root causes, and to take corrective actions. Now, we understand the need for flexibility when it comes to connectivity, and that's why with Teams Phone, you can choose from multiple connectivity options to best suit your organizational and user needs. From all in the cloud solutions like Teams calling plans, Teams Phone Mobile, to Operator Connect hosted solutions, to an on-premise deployment via direct routing, or a combination of them all. And according to a recent study, the global average cost of a data breach in 2023 was around $4.5 million, just under, and that was reported by IBM. And this figure and the increasing security and privacy threats continue to command the attention of organizations. And with Teams Phone, it gives you the confidence that you and your people within the organization are protected with end-to-end encryption for one-to-one calls, as well as phishing and spam protection. Additionally, Teams Phone can support compliance and governance requirements from various regulations and standards, such as GDPR, that we hear so much about in Europe. Now, you can use features like a retention policy, e-discovery, to manage and monitor your call records and activities. You can also use features like a call recording, transcription, or live captions to capture and store your call content. Now, Organizations that are required by a regulatory body to record, store, and process communications through online meetings and calls based on an administrative policy can stay compliant by effortlessly integrating their existing compliance recording solution with Microsoft Teams. By harnessing the capability of a certified recording solution, they can ensure that precise documentation and traceability through the organization, which fosters a seamless and continuous compliance recording journey. The benefits of these kind of certified partners on the right hand side that you're seeing, we'll look at the integrated compliance. So the certified policy-based recording solutions from the Microsoft partners are rigorously tested to seamlessly integrate within your team's environment. And recording and managing these interactions from diverse channels and data sources becomes effortless, with the added confidence that your organization's data and privacy are meticulously secured, safeguarded, and maintained in compliance with regulations. You're also looking at the likes of being more efficient and effective within meetings, so selecting from a range of solutions that bring value-added features aimed at enhancing meeting productivity. Now, these include advanced transcription and translation services, along with comprehensive analytics capabilities. And additionally, such benefits such as enhancements within kind of the superior media capture across the devices, supporting all audio endpoints, covering that audio, the video, screen sharing, and chat functionalities. It's important just to note on this slide itself, Dubber is one that we really do champion at Ingram through the guys at DepTech. So if you were looking for any further information, you can reach out to Ian and the team over there. Now, assigning an emergency address to each of your users ensures that the most precise dispatchable location information possible is provided for Teams users making the emergency calls. You can use the Teams emergency calling policy to configure who should be notified during an emergency call and how they're notified, whether this be chat only, conferenced in and muted, or conferenced in and muted, but with the ability to unmute. You can also specify the external PSTN number of a user or group to call and join in that emergency. Now, there is a comprehensive portfolio of Teams certified headsets, webcams, and speakerphones that the customers can use with Teams for a reliable meeting and calling experience. The peripherals certification program ensures that USB peripherals such as a headset, speakerphone, a webcam, and monitors offer a rich audio and video quality. And certified devices work out as a box, so it's plug and play, with no additional configuration required. And they can offer call control with Microsoft Teams and Skype for Business, and the products provide a great experience for end users and IT administrators. There's a small video just to show this managed centrally.
Managing your phone system is like managing any other part of Teams. Using Microsoft 365 calling plans, tasks like acquiring new phone numbers for your office locations can be done in minutes with only a few simple clicks. And local numbers are available in countries and cities across the globe. No longer will phone system administrators have to learn the complexity and nuances of managing legacy on-premises phone system hardware and software. With Microsoft Teams, phone IT admins can manage all of your Office 365 phone features right from the familiar Teams Admin Center. And once you've acquired new local numbers, assigning them to users is easy. Simply choose one of your available numbers, assign it to a licensed user, associate the number with an emergency location, and you're done. Microsoft Teams Phone makes managing all your voice needs simple.
Now, to take a look at Operator Connect, it's one of the newer kind of solutions, if you like, added from Microsoft. Now, with Operator Connect, this is giving you the ability to choose from participating operators to host and manage your PSTN connectivity. The Operator Connect enables you to speed the time of deployment while saving on infrastructure and management costs by reducing the need to purchase, maintain, and manage equipment. Now, the slide is more requiring of kind of what it looks like to give the technical awareness of a Teams phone architecture. Operator Connect, however, is the all-in cloud solution directly integrating with Microsoft Teams Phone with a qualified operator. such as Gamma, for example, as one of the many options. Now, Microsoft provides Microsoft Teams and a phone system, and qualified operators in the Operator Connect program manage the service for bringing PSTN calling to Teams. The qualified operator manages the PSTN calling services and session border controllers, allowing you to save on hardware purchase and management. An Operator Connect allows you to quickly connect to your operator and assign phone numbers directly from the Teams admin center with enhanced support and reliability. Operators are providing technical support and shared service level agreements, and one of the massive benefits, if Microsoft Teams was to ever go down and you're within this model, the operator can still route those calls to the end users, so nothing is actually being lost within that translation. Now, I'm going to hand over to Paul, who's going to take us through Teams Phone Mobile.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike. There has been a question being put in the chat, Mike, so perhaps you could just have a quick look at that, but I think it'll probably be covered in this next section. So Teams Phone Mobile, as it states there on the slide, is a seamless way to integrate a user's mobile identity with Microsoft Teams. You can assign a single business provided mobile phone number, enable secure and compliant mobile communications, streamline the support and eliminate redundant services. You can keep your mobile workforce connected across devices and networks, calling that works, the power of Teams, and true mobile integration. So in addition to your current availability in the US, Canada, Germany, Sweden and Switzerland, Microsoft continue to partner with operators to bring Teams mobile phone to new markets. So later this year, Teams Phone Mobile will be available in Denmark and Norway, with Telia and Liechtenstein with Swisscom. We're continuing to work with our operators, partners to bring this experience to even more markets in 2024. So if you see on the slide coming soon, BT, Telia, Swisscom. So I'm just going to talk about a little bit about how the actual architecture sits. So it does require a little bit more technical awareness of the Teams Phone architecture. Essentially, Teams Phone Mobile is another option providing PSTN connectivity with Microsoft Teams and phone system. With Teams Phone Mobile, a user's SIM-enabled phone number is also their Teams phone number. So users can get a single phone number in Microsoft Teams across both their mobile and desk lines, and that way it will seamlessly transition between the networks and the devices. Teams Phone Mobile leverages Azure for operators to establish deep connectivity between the operator's mobile network and 365 Cloud. Azure for Operators Mobile Control Point, or MCP, combines the quality and the reliability of mobile networks with the secure collaboration and productivity of Microsoft Teams. So Teams Phone Mobile unlocks the power of mobility in your organization, and as it states on the slide there, you can assign a single business provided mobile phone number, you can enable secure and compliant mobile communications, you can realize true mobile integration, and importantly reduce the cost of redundant services and devices. So built on a foundation of Operator Connect, coming soon is a lot of work that now can be done from your mobile, especially in this hybrid work that we find ourselves in. So as I mentioned earlier, a one SIM enabled mobile phone number, calls routed to a desk phone, mobile and PC, integrated native dialer with the mobile, integrated presence, switch from mobile voice network to the data network, seamlessly move from mobile call to a Teams call or a meeting, escalate from a voice to a video in Teams, add more people, share content, as well as transfer calls between voice, data, mobile and PC, as well as getting integrated call history and contacts. So people are moving from home phone to mobile phone. So now I'm going to just hand back very quickly to Mike, who's going to talk about Teams Phone Connect and reliability.
Using Microsoft Teams Phone on the go is easy. The Teams mobile app has many of the same robust features included in the desktop app, including access to contacts, call history, and voicemail. With a compatible calling plan, you can make and receive calls using Microsoft Teams from any number in the world. And adding additional participants to a call is simple. Tap the participant's icon to search for a contact, or simply enter a phone number. With Microsoft Teams on mobile, you can be productive anywhere. Start calls faster and always get clear audio with Microsoft Teams Phone, backed by Microsoft 365.
So to talk a little bit about migration strategies, because some of you may be coming from an on-prem deployment, other providers, the migrations and within kind of the organization, it's more than just that, more than just a technical migration. Change doesn't happen automatically. The resistance is normal, as we'll take a little look at a few examples, but it's not just, one click of a button and it's there. Shadow IT is more prominent than ever. So if you're not sure of shadow IT, that's tools that are being used but not managed by the business for business use. The people and the change are kind of not a one size fits all. There's many different use cases for many different businesses. Everyone is requiring something different. And there's also a technical readiness piece and the adoption, which goes hand in hand. So it's not just a case of switch on, here we go. There is that kind of stepping stone journey, if you like. But which migration path are looking at, should you really look to take? So there's one where we'd probably look at, say, path A, which is a coexistence migration. This would be where, and there's an example of it shortly, but where you'd have both systems running for a period of time and then slowly phase out. Or path B, which is a cut over, so it's just kind of like the scissors and a rope, on date X, you would simply cut the rope and then all is kind of open for you. Now, with that path A, it's the overlapping capabilities such as the feature requirements. So you're looking at your traditional PBX system and then Teams Phone being integrated, which might require, so they're looking at direct routing as well as inclusion of Teams calling plans. You might move users one at a time or in groups. So it could be the likes of marketing, which moves first as kind of a pilot group. Or you might have some super users across the different groups, which might look to give some feedback, along with additional considerations, that proof of concept testing that we just kind of touched on there, just to make sure that separate systems within the organization are all functioning as expected. Now, with regards to the coexistence migration, and it is kind of very much similar to that road. So you've got all of your different features which are built across, so the Teams Phone, the PSTN and calling, and it is really looking at that Teams eventually starting to move a lot quicker than the traditional phone systems themselves, and gradually it'll overtake and become the main phone system, if you like. Within regards to the phone user experience, what you'd look at is the PBX would be very much the dominant system within phase one. Moving across into phase two, Teams Phone would start to look and take over. So you might add in the Teams Phone system with some connectivity. You then start to migrate users across once you know that the system is very secure within its foundations. And with phase four, you might then look to completely get rid of the PBX and just run a Teams Phone system only. The difference on the cutover migration, the calling feature is available up for a period of time until that particular date, and it is the fastest method to move across. You wouldn't just move one user from a particular group or groups in its entirety, you'd move everybody to the new system all at once. And then the additional considerations is kind of like a training need. So you might have some really intensive training on there to kind of look at the acceptance of the new solution. And the proof of concept previously with the cutover migration, where you'd kind of stepping stone in that journey, you'd really need kind of a larger extensive testing within a proof of concept, just to make sure that, because you are kind of opening the floodgates, that absolutely everything works and you are going through and considering. But with that, I'm going to hand back to Ian, who's going to take us through some Q&A, I believe.
Yeah, thanks very much, Mike. Yeah, there's a couple in the Q&A panel at the moment. So if you could have a quick look at those, Mike, and let me know on those ones. There's a couple that had been asked prior to this that I just want to go through, and then we can circle back to the ones in the Q&A and any others that might come through. So the first one was, how much are the Teams Phone subscriptions? Well, currently, if you're having a domestic calling plan with Microsoft, which effectively gives you 3,000 minutes per user, and those are pooled across all your users. So effectively, if you've got 10 users, you've got 30,000 minutes per user per month for your organisation. And that's £12.30 per user per month based on an annual commitment. Okay. You can also have international calling plans. You don't have to have those for every user, but if users are going to be dialing internationally, you can have an international calling plan add-on as well. The Connect stuff that Mike showed you, where you're not using a Microsoft call plan, you're using a call plan from another provider, that comes in at £6.60 per user per month, and then you purchase your own call plan through your third party. So that's giving you the phone functionality, the Microsoft Teams phone functionality in the system, and then you just add your call plans to that. The other one that we get asked a lot is how long does it take to port a number? So Microsoft provide a form to be completed and sent to your current provider, and we can help you with that. And then after you've completed that, the order request takes between 7 and 14 days to be processed. Although depending on your service provider, this may take up to 30 days. So, as a workaround, what we typically do is forward the current number to a new number that Microsoft has provided until the current number has then been migrated over. The other one we mentioned about Teams devices, and they're fantastic, but can you use your existing headsets with Teams phone? Yes, you can. Although some of the functionality may not be supported compared to Teams certified devices. So at Adeptech, we find that the most popular ones that we supply to people tend to be Jabra, the Poly HP devices, Yealink, and Logitech. So all quite well-known brands that you've probably heard of that are, available in the marketplace. So just going back to the ones that we had coming through, Mike, are you able to help us on those two, please?
Yeah, so I had to swap around a few screens because I was limited in what I could see at the time. So the first one I can see, can we make voice calls from mobile without an internet connection? So like using a traditional mobile voice enabled SIM. So yes, you can make voice calls from Teams Mobile without the internet connection. However, rightly said, you need to have that voice enabled SIM. If you are outside of your organization and don't have that internet connection, you can still use your mobile network to make those calls through Teams itself. And then the second one, can we add Teams phone numbers to assign to users from different countries using their local country code in the same Microsoft tenant? Yes, because with Microsoft Teams, you've got the options of domestic or international calling plans. Not all users are going to be based within that same local area of potentially the office space, the main office. So yes, different numbers can be assigned to different users with the local country code.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Mike. So we haven't got any more questions come through on the Q&A panel. So thank you again for joining us. We hope you found today beneficial. If you want to explore Teams Phone further, then please contact us to arrange an initial discussion so we can understand what you currently have and your route to Teams Phone. We can also offer you the free 30-day trial of Teams Phone, which covers up to 25 users that we mentioned about on the information that we sent out, and we'll help you set that up. So you just need to enable us as a partner, a Microsoft authorized partner on your tenant, and then we can set up that trial for you and go through that. So just to finish off, we'll be sending out the information from the event, the recording by the end of the week. But there's a couple of quotes there from some of our clients that have had successful migrations with us to Teams Phone. And we'll be calling everyone over the next few days just to obtain your feedback on the event, as we're planning further webinars on Microsoft topics this year, and it'll be good to understand, what sort of thing works, what doesn't. We've tried to split the number of presenters today rather than just use one. Things like that would be great to get your feedback on. Thank you very much again for joining us. I think we're done on time.
Sorry, Ian, just before we wrap up, I've noticed that we've had another question put in the chat. Can voice recording or transcript be saved automatically to Dynamics 365 as activities on a contact, lead or account? Mike, I think you're probably best placed to answer that if you wouldn't mind, or if you know. Sorry to put you on the spot.
It's all right. There's potentially another license that you'd need to link the Microsoft 365 to a dynamic CRM. One of those is Sales Copilot. So if your transcript or recordings are switched on, those meeting notes are then taken, and the Sales Copilot, which is linked in to the dynamic CRM, is then able to push back towards that contact lead or account within it. So yeah, and I know that Sales Copilot comes with the likes of Sales Enterprise included already, but I do know that on its own, I think it was around $40 per user per month was the quoted Microsoft price. I think it's not long released later on last year. But if you are after any further information around that, speak to Ian and the team, and we can support them within that conversation.
Yeah. One of the things that automatically happens with Dynamics CRM, if you've got the Teams phone, is if you go on to a contact and you look to make the call, it will automatically create a phone task, such a phone activity within your CRM. So then typically you would type in whatever information you wanted to about that call. But yeah, with the new transcription stuff, you could get the call transcribed and then copy the transcription into that activity. So if there's not any more calls, we're roundabout on time. So thank you very much, everybody, again for attending, and we'll send everything through by the end of the week. Look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks very much. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.